Hi guys, we're part 2 of our press conference. This is my new job now, is interviewing celebrities about big international movies. I'm going to introduce the cast. Is the cast, are they ready? Okay, cool. The first person I'd like to introduce is Harrison Ford. Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy. Hello. Hi. Nice to see you again. Good to see you. John Boyega. Gwendolin Christie. And Oscar Isaac. Woo. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that when JJ asked me to do this, he asked me to not ask questions that you'd already been asked at your junkets. So I am not going to ask questions that I've seen. So yeah. So I think it'll go well.
Great.
So my first question is for you, Mr. Ford, and I asked a similar question to JJ, which is, aren't you rich? Why are you doing this? Thank you.
It's because it's what I do. It's what I like to do. It's what's fun for me. I had a chance to work with people that I really admire doing something that I thought was going to be fun, and which actually turned out to be fun. And to work with JJ, whose work I'd really admired and long known about. And it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Kathleen, I know that we can't really talk about, I can't ask you what's in the movie. Can you talk about what's definitely not in the movie?
Jar Jar's definitely not. Ewoks are not in the movie. Sorry, that's because Harrison insisted upon it.
It's in my
It was
contract.
yeah, it was contractual.
John, I'm going to open this up, by the way. It won't just be me talking to you for 45 minutes.
Cool.
I love to talk the block, and you are poised, in my opinion, to be an international heartthrob. And soon you will be a fixture at Victoria's Secret runway shows and the Chateau Marmont. And my question is, do you have an attorney? And are you excited about this?
I have an attorney, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes. I'm looking to be rich like Harrison.
Yes.
I'm trying to have planes
Yeah.
and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. Harrison, won't you agree?
Okay. We're going to open this up to these guys, and I have questions for you two as well. But let's take some questions from journalists.
Mr. Ford, could you just?
Where are you?
Oh, right here. Sorry.
Oh, hey, hi.
Could you just talk about what it means to you to be one of the bridges between the original series and this new generation?
It's gratifying to be asked to be part of this. There was a interesting story to tell through the character. It's always nice to anticipate working in something that you know people will have an appetite for. This is not a crapshoot. This is big casino, and it's fun to play with these toys again. It's been a great experience. Thank you.
Question here?
Yes, Ms. Kennedy. I guess it's most for you and JJ. I guess how do you make sure that this installment make way for what Ryan and Colin are developing? Did you guys map out the whole 3 movies already?
We haven't mapped out every single detail yet, but obviously everybody's talking to one another, working together, and that collaboration, I think, is what is going to guarantee that everybody's got a say in how we move forward with this. And so far, it's going great. I mean, JJ and Ryan have already talked at length because Ryan's about to start shooting episode 8. These guys are getting ready to head over in January. And then Colin will start working with Ryan and spend a lot of time on the set with us.
Gwendolyn, I was going to ask you a question. What character could you be if you could be any other character in Star Wars? And the reason is, for me, I think I'd be suited as a singer in Jabba's band, just as like a reference. Is there anyone else that you wish, or you would think that you think is a cool character to play?
Someone that I would be suited to, or just someone I'd like to play?
Both. It's an interesting challenge.
Oh, both. That's tough. A character I don't really think I would particularly be suited to, but would definitely like to play, is, of course, Han Solo.
You have swagger. I think that's a defining characteristic.
I might have just like a modicum of swagger opposed to the Grand Canyon that's at the end of the sofa.
The Grand Canyon of swagger. That's a nice compliment. Gravestone, maybe? I don't know. It's up to you.
I'm grateful for the kind attention.
Excellent. Another question?
Mr. Ford, hello, from Italy. What is the bigger difference between this Star Wars and the first Star Wars? And how does it feel, being back on the set for Star Wars?
What is the difference? Is that part of the question? I think it's hard to say what the difference is. I can tell you how it feels. It feels familiar. It feels good. It's good to be home, as Han says in the trailer, in the teaser trailer. It's I'm aware of the value that's placed on these films by the audience, and I'm gratified that they've been passed on. The first 3 have been passed on generationally through families, and that there's still an audience for those of us that were in the original film. There's still some value to them in interpreting life somehow, and it's a bit of a mystery, but it's very gratifying to be part of that.
I have a question. What was the difference in the rap parties between the first movies and this one?
It was really hard to get a drink at the last rap party. Wasn't it? It was, right, Oscar?
It was very
It was
difficult.
hard to get a drink. I didn't know where the bar was. It was just, it was so big.
Hi, this question is for Harrison Ford. As a parent, hi, I'm over here. Hi.
Hi.
As a parent, what's it like telling your kids you're coming back to this franchise? Did that like up the cool factor once again for you with them?
My kids do not think I'm cool at all. And being in this movie is not gonna convince them otherwise. They're just glad to see that Dad is still working.
Oscar, in my experience, there's always one actor on a set where everyone goes to their trailer to listen to music and to get high. I know that none of you guys do drugs because you're professional. This is a Disney movie. It's not, and drugs are bad, but whose trailer did you go to hang out?
I went to my trailer.
Yeah. anyone go to yours to hang out?
Yeah.
Yours was the
It was
hangout.
mostly going between Carrie and my trailer. That was just going back and forth. Those are the party trailers, you know?
Gosh.
John,
Yes.
did you hang out in your trailer or also go to Carrie's?
No, I didn't go to Carrie's trailer. I didn't. No.
My uncle
This is
came
mine.
to visit. My uncle came to visit. He's a huge Star Wars fan, and I mean, he's so obsessed with Star Wars. And I lost him. I couldn't find him, and I heard all of this laughter coming out of Carrie's trailer. And I went in there, and he was there, just with the dog, with Gary Fisher, her dog, just hanging out with them. I was like, "Wait, Tio, what are you doing here? Get out of there." Yeah, so that was a fun place to hang out. It was Carrie's trailer.
Hi, Jim McQuarrie with Geek Dad. The question I have, as you may know, Star Wars is basically a religion now. Several thousand military personnel list their religious affiliation as Jedi, and there are lots and lots of Star Wars weddings. Are you, the new cast members, are you prepared to ascend to the level of at least sainthood? And Mr. Ford, have you any advice for them, or is there any hope that you could even tell them anything that would help them deal with that?
I think my advice is pretty much limited to look both ways before you cross the street. Stuff like that.
Solid advice.
Yeah. Don't you think?
Good advice.
But I'm not going to tell them how to navigate this very personal space of trying to figure out, the careers that they've chosen for themselves. It is bizarrely individual how you navigate the space between where they're at now and the rest of your useful professional life. But they're in for a big ride, and they know it, I think. I hope you know it. Yeah. Well, they didn't have a chance to answer their part of the question. Did they? No. No.
I can't remember what the question was.
I don't either.
How are you ready for sainthood?
For sainthood?
Yep.
I don't know if I'm ready for this whole thing. I just know that I'm just in it, and it's going to come out regardless, but it should be fun. You'll let me sleep on your couch if stuff goes AWOL, right?
I hardly know you.
We're best friends, he's just saying that.
This is for Gwendolin Christie. Were you prepared for how Captain Phasma became kind of an instant sensation among fans? And as a second part to that, do you think that positioned you possibly for a really strong run at the Captain Marvel role if Marvel happens to offer it?
I was very surprised and heartened at the overwhelming response to the character of Captain Phasma. But I really felt that what Kathleen and JJ and everyone had created at Star Wars was, I think JJ's been open about the fact that he wanted to respect the origins of the films and celebrate them, but to bring them into the modern day. And confirmation of that seemed to be, to me, in this amazing character of Captain Phasma, who is Star Wars' first on-screen female villain. And more than that, this is a character who, so far, we have related to due to her choices, due to her character, and not due to the way she has been made in flesh. And conventionally, that is how we have related to female characters. So this, to me, felt very progressive. And the response from the audience and the fans has been so celebratory. It makes me think that this is what the kind of thing people want to see. People want to see a more diverse reflection of society. And I feel incredibly privileged to play that part. If anyone else wants to offer me any work, then I am very grateful and willing to listen.
Hi, I have a question for Kathleen. Thank you for that tidbit about Jar Jar, but I wanted to ask, I mean, why the unprecedented level of secrecy around this film? I've never covered a film junket where the media couldn't see the film in advance. The cast seems terrified of letting anything slip. Some of them said they haven't even seen the film. So why did you go to those extremes?
I think, right from the beginning, we've respected the fans, and the fans have really been the ones focused around making sure that everybody and anybody who walks into this movie gets to be surprised. We have so little things that surprise us anymore when you walk in to see a movie. It's all told in the trailers. It ends up online way in advance. And I think, that's something that overwhelmingly, I've even had people say to me, I don't want to read anything at all so that they can get in to the theater and actually have a pleasant surprise. So that's really all that's driving it. And we've respected that in all ways we can.
Greater cultural impact of The Force Awakens, what do you hope it is?
For me, I'm going to be honest, I really don't care about the Black Stormtrooper stuff. I couldn't care less. This is a movie about human beings, about Wookiees, spaceships, and TIE fighters, and it has an undertone and a message of courage and a message of friendship and loyalty, and I think that's something that is ultimately important. I watched the movie with Kathy just last week, and I really relate to Rey more than any of the characters, and to be in a circumstance where you have to find something bigger than who you are within yourself is something that's inspirational to me, and I think that people take that away. In terms of the kids, all they're going to be concentrating on is BB-8.
Hi, my question is for John and Oscar. I know you guys both reprised the roles for Disney Infinity 3.0, and I know you, John, are a big fan of the series. So I was wondering, what was it like to reprise the roles for the game, and was there any time between finishing the movie and going back to those characters with the game?
Yeah, I've had to go back twice. Once for Disney Infinity, and the second time for Star Tours, the ride at Disneyland. And it's been to be a playable character. I get to play with myself. Booyah! Disgusting. Yes. Sorry, I had to tell that. Yeah. But it's been amazing. It was fun, and the characters in Disney Infinity are more of the childlike versions of the characters in the movie. So that was very cool.
Yeah, I had never done anything like that before, so that was very fun to be able to do. Yeah, and it's a slightly more energetic, amped up childlike version.
I'm Finn, and I'm in charge now. Hey.
Hi guys, this is for the three newcomers. I was curious how much of your characters' backstories you were told ahead of time, especially while you were developing the characters, and how that informed, where you came in with it.
I think this has been one of the coolest things about working on this with JJ and with Lucasfilm is that there's been a real sense of collaboration with that kind of thing. There was almost a bit of a sandbox element of it. We could talk about those things, and there was an evolution of the characters even from the first meeting with JJ and Kathy and Larry to what ended up on screen. For example, with me, I started talking, after we started filming, I was talking a bit about, just kind of talking about where Poe could have been from. And the thing is, in New Hope, at the very end of New Hope, at the medal ceremony, one of Guatemala's claim to fame is that last shot where the ships are leaving, where you see the temples, was shot in Guatemala. And then for me, the fact that I was born there, and that's a rebel base, and I'm playing a resistance fighter, rebel fighter, I thought, maybe Poe was there. He was, that's where he's from. And then this comic book comes out called Shattered Empire, where Poe's parents ended up going to Yavin 4 and making sweet love. And, so that's an amazing thing. It's the first time that, talking about where a character could have come from ends up in a comic book. And it's kind of a beautiful thing. It feels like we're creating these things together. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know much going in because obviously because of the spoilers and all that kind of stuff. But I do remember having the sides which were loosely based on who Finn and Rey was. But I just remember during my time screen testing, I was like to Daisy, there's no way that our stories are so simple, and we still don't know. So I've still got some conspiracy theories as a fan as to where Finn comes from, and I'm still trying to figure that out. But I like that it's a mystery. I like that.
Yeah, mine was similar. I mean, I was so heartened that it was a genuine creative experience to work with JJ about who the character was and to develop that together. And really, without horribly ruining everything for everyone, I think it's interesting to see where my character may go.
That is interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting. I'm interested.
Well, at least you're interested.
Yeah, I'm so interested.
Question here?
Hi, my question's for the newcomers. You three are obviously huge Star Wars fans. You talked about it many times. I'm wondering if you read any of the theories online, if you follow any of the fan conversation, and if so, if you could sort of say maybe what your favorite rumor is that you've heard that you go, oh my God, people are really saying this? People really think this is going on?
The Jar Jar is Kylo Ren. That was my favorite. I kind of wish that was true.
I remember reading the theory that Finn is Mace Windu's grandson or something like that. And I was at a party and someone behind me just tapped me on the shoulder and was just like, yo, Black Jedi! I turned around, it was Samuel Jackson. He's like, you my son! And so that was a moment that was quite profound for me.
It's absolutely impossible to follow what John has just said. And I have not, maybe I should start, shouldn't I? I've not followed any fan theories at all. I'm just going to say because I've been busy with Game of Thrones.
Woo! Is Jon Snow alive or dead?
I only read my bits in the script. I've got no idea.
My question's for Mr. Ford. How difficult was it for you to slip back into the role, and how did you prepare to come back to Han Solo? And is it easier to originate a role, or was it easier to come back to something familiar?
It seemed easy to come back to the character. Clothes make the man. I had walked more than a mile in those boots. I was interested in the described path of the character. I thought there was an interesting bit of business for the character to do. And I'd been having a real good time with J.J. Abrams talking about it and getting ready for the adventure of filming. So it was easy.
I can attest to the fact that for all of us that were there, the second he walked in to the Millennium Falcon and said his first line, Han Solo was back. So it was pretty instantaneous.
Thank you.
Hi, my question is for Mr. Boyega. When you found out you were going to be using what appears to be the Skywalker legacy lightsaber, how did that feel as an actor? Were you?
Oh, it was. I was very excited to use that thing because I think blue suits me, and also it was amazing for me to read the whole script and to find out all the things that Finn gets to do. And for me, it's like I feel like for some reason, did JJ know what kind of fan I was when it came to Star Wars and write this role for me? Because I get to wear a stormtrooper suit, a rebel jacket, I have a blaster, I use a lightsaber, I hang out with freaking Han Solo and Chewie. It's just fantastic. I love you, Harrison.
Did you have any concerns about getting a limb hacked off? Did you have any concerns about getting a limb hacked off?
I did, because Adam Driver has a really long reach, and that's an issue. That's an issue. But you know, I done my Floyd Mayweather thing, just bob and weave, bob and weave. Bob and weave.
Oscar, I have a question for you, because my mind goes always towards romance, and I think that I was saying this in the other one that the reason why I love Star Wars so much, even though people don't necessarily think of me and this franchise, is that it has. There are parts in it that are better than any romantic comedy, and then there's action movies, buddy comedies, interspecies friendships, everything you would want. But my question is, I first saw you in Romeo and Juliet in New York, and then I saw you and Carrie had such acrimonious chemistry in Llewyn Davis. And can you speak about any romance with your character in this movie?
Yeah, I think mostly with BB-8.
Surprising.
Yeah, interdroid, would you call that? Or yeah, there's there's a real warmth there, and there's a give and take, and that's who's got his back in that X-wing.
Gwendolin, I was going to ask you about athletes' walk-up songs, which is the song that an athlete will have when they come out into an arena, and Ronda Rousey, for example, comes out to Joan Jett's song "Bad Reputation." Did you have a walk-up song for your character?
Is this to me?
This is to you.
Oh, good Lord. I'm trying to think of the name of it because it's just coursing through my brain now. Is that one that goes da-da-da, 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 da-da-da?
Led Zeppelin?
Yes.
What is it?
Led Zeppelin?
Yeah.
Kashmir, yeah. Kashmir.
Exactly that.
Led Zeppelin song. Okay, good to know.
Captain Phasma's theme. It's good. That's a good one.
I like that.
That was Han Solo have a walkout song?
No.
No.
Last
More
question.
questions?
Not anymore.
Last question.
Not anymore.
Not after that.
I have to
It's
say
crazy,
though,
yeah.
there was a moment on the Falcon where Harrison, you had the blaster in your hand and you were trying to skillfully put it in the holster, and Harrison was stood there. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! And me and Daisy were just behind the camera, just like, this is freaking insane. Harrison is just freaking right there. But we had to do the scene together and not freak out, because it was like mesmerizing to see Harrison in this environment in the movies that we absolutely loved. And it was good to see you with Chewie. We freaked out, but we didn't show you nothing. We tried to keep it professional for you.
Thank you very much.
You can take one more question.
Over here.
Hey, I just have a really simple question. I wanted to know, what were your favorite parts of the original franchise movies, and maybe how did those moments affect your performances in the movies you're in now?
My favorite part, I think, was when in Return of the Jedi, when Darth Vader's helmet comes off and you see that he's just a soft, sad, old, vulnerable man underneath. I don't know how that affected my performance, but that was my favorite part.
I just remember I was about 6 when I saw the film, and I remember being so struck by the character of Princess Leia and thinking, even then in my infant mind, this seems different to the other women I see in films. I'm feeling very, very inspired by that, and inspired by a woman with such tenacity and being so strong-minded. And I asked Carrie Fisher if I said I felt like watching your performance implanted a seed in my mind, and Carrie said that she did plant a seed actually in my mind.
I assume you're not talking about the scene in the snake bikini sitting on Jabba the Hutt's lap.
Not that, no. No, not that.
That's my favorite.
I remember during the audition, it's not from the original films, but during the audition I had screen tested, and then I heard that I was going to be brought back one last time, and mind you, I had been auditioned for several months, and I just needed inspiration, and I went on YouTube, and I saw Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill's original audition tape just on YouTube, and that really inspired me to, tap into the Star Wars-esque energy, because I think that was something that we were trying to gauge, and that really inspired me, and I booked it. Thanks, Harrison. He's so great.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.